Hi, this is Steph with Belladonna Dyes, and today we're going to make a lightweight hoodie. Start by smoothing out as many wrinkles as you can, and then decide where you want the center of your spiral to be. And this one is going to be an off-center spiral. So I give the area a little pinch, and then using the microwave splatter guard and a hemostat, I'm going to create my spiral. So I click the hemostat down on the first click. It does not need to be overly tightened. You don't want to tear a hole in your project. And then I give it 2 or 3 twists. With my opposite hand, I create the pleats and I create the spiral. So if you notice, I sort of pull out and around, and that just makes a really nice spiral. And then you just go as far as you can using the splatter guard. When you can't go any farther, unclick the hemostat, hold down the center of the spiral, and gently wiggle the hemostat out. For those of you that are brand new to tie-dyeing, you might see a project like this and feel really intimidated by the long sleeves. I'm here to tell you, don't be. It's just a giant extension of the t-shirt. And personally, I find the sleeves to actually help out. They wrap around the outer part of the spiral really nice and just button things up and help make a nice tight spiral. That's a great looking spiral right there. So I like to secure my spirals by using rubber bands. You could also use kite string, you could even use sinew. It really is just a matter of preference. I think the rubber bands are quick and easy, and I like to use these particular rubber bands. I call them my favorite rubber bands, and these are the purple version. And I do have links for everything that I use down below in the description box, so make sure you check that out. It's really helpful, especially if you're brand new to tie-dyeing and you don't know what to get. I have a complete list down there for you to look at. Next, you're going to want to build yourself some type of an ice barrier, and I like to use the silicone cake molds whenever I can. This setup's just a little bit too big, so I just simply secure it with a paper clip. And then I like to mark out my pattern using a washable marker. Now it's time for the fun part. We get to add the dye. And I love to play in the dye. I love to throw together strange color combinations and just see what happens. So that's one thing, if you're new to the channel, always keep this in mind. If you're watching one of my tutorials and you don't like a particular color palette that I use, it's interchangeable. You can choose any colors that you like that make you feel happy. And that goes for pretty much all of the patterns on any YouTube channel. You know, you like a particular pattern but you don't like those colors, just change them. It's really simple to do. Before I forget, I do have these on a slight incline. You see that empty dye jar down in there? That's propping up one end of the rack very, very slightly. That's just going to help give a little bit of movement to the spirals. And also, you notice that there's 2 spirals that I'm working on, but I only showed you how to tie up one. They're identical, they're just 2 different sizes. And what I'm displaying here for you is just to show you how easy it is to make multiples of one thing. You know, if you're doing festivals or have an Etsy or a website or something like that and you want to get into selling your tie-dye, it's a real time saver to make more than one at a time. And it's also a space saver because then you don't have a bunch of totes all around your dye area. You know, I've got 2 in 1 right here. Quick and easy, bada boom, bada bang. So I didn't realize it until just now editing it when I see it from a different angle, how different this Palomino Gold, this new dye lot, compared to my old. So that's one thing about with, probably all dye companies, but Dharma, if you have whatever color it is. I remember this for my personal experience. It was with amethyst. My old color looked, completely different than the brand new color. But once the ice melted, the colors were identical. And so, unless it's completely wrong, like you order a purple and you get a green, going to Dharma and saying, well, hey, they don't look the same in the jar. I recommend that you test out your dye color first, make sure that it's not correct before, I was going to say bugging them. Customer service, you're not bugging them, but don't do what I did and call up and say, you've sent me the wrong color, and then come to find out, no, it's exactly the same. It's just a different dye lot, and so it just looks different in the jar. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? Because ultimately, these two turn out looking the same. So just because the Palomino Gold in the new container looks darker, the color is still the same in the final result. Do you guys remember me saying that I was out looking for a long sleeve shirt and I stumbled upon a tote that was just full of this heirloom jersey? The shirts that I've been complaining about, the t-shirts. So I had this epiphany that before I completely give up on the heirloom jersey, I need to probably try a liquid dye. Maybe it's just an ice dye thing on this particular material. And for those of you that have been dyeing for a while and get your blanks from Dharma, it's exactly like their fold over top jersey skirt. It's called the maxi skirt, I think that's what it is. It's that same material. And I didn't really realize it with the t-shirts, but then working with these two hoodies right here, that's all it is. It's almost like athletic wear. It has a sheen to it, and I haven't been able to put my finger on it until working with these. And I don't dislike the spiral on the heirloom jersey as much as the other patterns. So I have an entire tote full of these things, and I think I'm just going to do basic spirals and just pack them full of really bright colors. Next, I give the project a quick little sprinkle of soda ash for good measure and add my ice. And it's recommended that you let your project batch at 70 degrees or higher for at least 24 hours. And I can tell you that these batched for the full 48 hours. Now it's time for the rinse out. You want to start by using cold water. That's going to rinse away any soda ash that might still be reacting within the fabric, and then increase your water up to hot and rinse until the water runs pretty much clear. From here, I take the project to the washing machine and I do hot water cycles using Kirillon, which is a professional textile detergent, and then I use Millsoft, which is a professional fabric softener. And that Millsoft needs to be in its own hot water cycle. I get asked this quite a bit, and I was just asked again, do I put it in the top where the downy goes? No, Millsoft is its very own cycle and it needs hot water. So I'm doing more than one cycle when I wash out my stuff. Then I put the items in the dryer and I'll iron them, and we'll come back and we'll see the results. Well, here it is, guys. Here's Bella wearing it outdoors, and it's really pretty, and this is what it actually looks like in natural light. And it's way too big for Bella, with her being a size -0, and this is an extra large. I mean, you can just see how long the arms are, but it's a really cute style. And for those of you that follow along on the channel, I don't mind this in the spiral. I mean, I think the spiral looks great. And imagine if I did it in bright purples that, I love. I don't have a problem with the heirloom jersey. But when I tried to do the other things like the kaleidoscope and the double diamond, I'm not having it. So I think if you guys end up with this Bella Canvas heirloom jersey material, if you stick to a basic spiral, I think you're going to be all right. So again, if you don't like this color combination, I get it. It's not for everybody. I just love it. Like I said, keep in mind, you can do this in any color combination that you want. This is just inspiration. So overall though, what do you think? Please leave me some comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up, and click the bell and set it to all. That way you get notified of future uploads. And remember, have fun tie-dyeing!